right, you guys, I'm going to return to another short horror film. This is the month of horror, and I would like to get this edited and up by this coming week. Because this coming weekend or a week from today, now it's tomorrow, but anyway, whatever. Pretend this is Saturday, October, what, 24th. Yeah. So a week from today, it's Halloween, and I wanted the main focus of this coming week on my channel to be horror theme related, especially for the stuff that I put up in the evenings, which is kind of a separation from the comedy stuff that I typically upload earlier in the day. So this is another short film done by Deformed Lunchbox. I had done a reaction to one of I think it was the very first short film that they had listed on their channel, because I was going from their latest, and working my way, or that's my plan. I've only done one so far. No, I've done two. I watched their trailer, their X-Files and Michael Myers trailer, which I'm going to put up this week as well. That was really good. I think that might have been one of the first of theirs that I watched. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. When I put up the reaction and commentary of their short film called Toothbrush, which was really gnarly, they came on my comment section and they specifically suggested two other short films that they wanted me to check out. And one was called Something's Missing. I think the other one was called 5-Minute Lunchbox or something like that. Something. Anyway, I had the other one saved in my to watch list already, but I'm running a little short on time, and this is a tad shorter than the other one. So I decided that I would go ahead and check this out. Something about dating or something, and I guess we'll find out. I have no idea where this is going to go, but just thinking about the toothbrush one makes me wonder how bloody this is going to be. Okay, here we go.
I guess I just get nervous.
What? Why?
I don't know. Online dating is so strange to me. It always feels like you're on a blind date.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like these days online dating is more normal than normal dating, so.
Normal dating? Nothing about it ever feels normal.
Listen, I'm sorry about sending you the
photograph of your penis?
Oh.
It's okay.
Awkward.
It happens.
I guess I got a little carried away when we were messaging, but I wouldn't have sent it to you if I didn't like you, right?
Well, I think you're sweet. And I kind of like that about you anyways.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm your type of guy?
I know you're my type of guy.
Uh-oh.
I have a hotel room.
Oh?
Do you want to come with me?
Sure.
Finish your drink. Let's go.
His face. Okay. Oh no. I don't know. That just struck me funny the way he was. Look on his face. Uh-oh. I had a feeling she was the baddie in here. She's. I know. That's what I figured. Right before. Oh. Yeah. Oh, God.
Sorry about sending you that picture.
Uh-huh. Oh, jeez.
how'd you like the pic? It's big, huh?
Oh, Lord.
So, what you think of my dick pic?
That's terrible. Oh.
I hope the picture wasn't too forward. Did you like it?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gnarly, y'all. That's really gross. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Something is missing. Those poor guys. Okay, so honestly, um, what this reminded me of when it showed her putting the first victim's member on the grill was that scene in Game of Thrones when what's his name? Reek, but he had been Theon when he was castrated, and the dude who castrated him, I can't remember that guy's name. I try to forget Game of Thrones ever existed because of how terribly it ended, but the guy, well, you know, the sadistic idiot in there, and how he was eating a sausage right as Theo was finding out that he'd been castrated, and he was making him think that he was eating, and that was a really disturbing scene. I mean, I could tell it wasn't even supposed to look like, but I mean, I guess it was supposed to look like, whatever. I mean, I had a feeling he was just eating a sausage and he was playing mind games with Theon, but still, that is the first thing that popped in my head when I saw that. Okay, so shock factor. Yeah, that was pretty gross and shocking. However, just shocking just because of the imagery that they showed or that was shown on the screen. I honestly started to put together that it was probably going to be about that when he woke up tied to the bed, and I remembered that the title of this is called Something's Missing. So I thought of those urban legend type of things we've heard where a person wakes up in the bathtub and their kidneys are missing or something like that. And he wakes up tied up, and I thought, oh, she's gone and she's taken his penis. Oh, jeez. And sure enough, she has. So she is a serial castrator. I would like to see a horror short film of her getting her comeuppance. I know this is supposed to be like the guys getting their comeuppance or whatever for sending unsolicited, pics. But that seems like it's just a little bit too much, don't you think? I mean, come on. So maybe you guys should revisit her character and have something happen to her. That would be fun to see. Anyway, okay, well, this was another really well done horror short by Deformed Lunchbox. I really do like the quality of their work. I can tell it's that these guys know what they're doing, and they have, or I don't know if it's just one guy behind this channel. I mean, no, it's more than one because it's obviously there's a team working on this, a crew working on these short films that they put out. But I can tell that the people writing the stories, they are some twisted people. But that's okay because it's horror. It's supposed to be twisted. I mean, sometimes I wonder about myself that I like to watch horror. And it's, ooh, sorry. That's my alarm. I need to go upstairs and watch a anime show with my son because it's Toonami night. What I was saying is, I wonder, like, what is it that draws me to this sort of stuff? I don't know why. I certainly do like other types of films, but it's all related to things that are shock value or that get your adrenaline going. action, adventure, thriller, mystery, something that has very real and serious conflict going on. That's the type of thing I'm drawn to, and I'm not sure why. I know someone had asked me a question on one of my videos. I can't remember which one it was. Shoot, which one was it? It was one of my. Oh, it was okay. I remember now. It was the Louis C.K. Magic Mike one. And I think in that video, I made a reference to how the Hodge twins I had made a reference to the Hodge twins. So, like Louis C.K., you know what that's about, the Magic Mike, and he has the mic in his mouth, and just the visual imagery, you know, that he's telling you verbally. And I get a little bit when certain topics come up, and one of those is okay. So, like with the Hodge twins, they're very raunchy, and they do these things where they are, you know, acting out like they're having intercourse, and in very raw type of humor. You know, I mean, that's just them. I love them, but I could do without that side of their humor. But anyway, so I edit out a lot of that, especially when it gets a little bit too graphic and with the descriptions. And I'm just like, I just don't feel like that's really appropriate. And somebody, oh no, I'm sorry. It wasn't the Magic Mike one. It was a, I think it was the trailer for some sort of horror. I can't remember if it's called Blood and Money or something like that. And the person that made the comment referenced something I'd said in my other video. I've done so many videos, you guys. Sometimes I can't keep them all straight as far as comments that were made on specific videos. But anyway, they had questioned me. They called that video of the trailer torture porn, and they didn't understand why am I drawn to torture porn, but yet I don't like to show things like basically, you know, sexual relations between two consenting adults is something that crosses the line or whatever. And I've had people bring this up before, not necessarily to me specifically, but just in general. Like, why are people okay with violence, but they're not okay with sex being shown? And whatever sort of medium we're talking about, whether it's, you know, on movies or TV or, you know, videos like this or whatever. And I think the reason for it, for me anyway, is because I view sexual relations between people, you know, consenting adults. I view that as something very personal and very private, and is not something that anyone else needs to really see or hear about, because it's something that belongs to them. And I you know, I just don't feel like it's appropriate material that everybody else needs to know about, if that makes any sense. It might not, but you know, contrast that with, let's say, violence or bad things happening. That's not necessarily personal between them. Some bad guy's doing something, and I'm drawn to that to see if the bad guy's going to get caught. You know, or how is the protagonist going to get out of this awful situation? There's nothing personal and intimate and private. Well, yeah, the killer's doing stuff privately because he doesn't want to get caught. But what I mean is nothing private and personal and intimate between two consenting adults. This is something bad is happening, and I'm interested in how is this situation, how is this conflict going to be resolved? What's going to be the end result? Not because I necessarily like to see these bad things happen to people. And sometimes the worst sort of horror is horror that's not stuff that's not really even displayed on the screen, but what you know has happened. Psychological horror. Because especially if it's something that you can put yourself in their position, and it just makes you sick to your stomach to think about that sort of situation and how would you deal with it. The very worst graphic violence that I saw, well, worse to me, that actually made me feel physically nauseated. And it's pretty rare because I'm looking at the horror and I'm like, I just, it doesn't really bother me too deeply because I know it's all fake. I know, whatever. And the worst scene ever, and I've mentioned this before in the comments section, I think, of one of my videos was, or maybe it was on Facebook, I can't remember, was a scene in, oh shoot, Bone Tomahawk. Oh, that was terrible. That was really terrible and terrifying because of how graphic that scene was and how scary it was and how you knew that these bad guys in here, they were not your typical horror character antagonists. They were just absolutely brutal and vicious. And yeah, a lot of horror antagonists are, but still, horror stuff, it's very formulaic. So you can kind of predict with relative accuracy what's going to happen. With the stuff that was going on in Bone Tomahawk, you couldn't necessarily. And when this particular scene happened, it was so shocking and it was so real seeming, the way it was acted, the way it sounded and everything. It was absolutely, literally gut-wrenching for me. It was terrible. And I don't ever want to see that movie again because of that. So there are some things that do affect me very strongly. And I'm like, I like horror, but that's just a little bit too much right there. So, but Bone Tomahawk is a good film. I'm just going to warn you, if you guys haven't seen it and you are squeamish about stuff like that, just be prepared. It's just one scene that, there's other scenes of, action and violence and stuff that happen, but you will know that scene that I'm talking about when you get to it. Anyway, that's a long ass way of me trying to explain why things like horror films or action and adventure and stuff like that, why that doesn't really bother me as much as seeing something private, seeing or hearing about something private and personal and intimate between other people. And I just feel like that's really not my business. I don't know. Whatever. So, okay. Well, getting back to this, it was very good. I would love to see something happen to this villainess in here because she deserves it. She may think these guys deserve it. And that's gross what they did. Unsolicited stuff like that. That's nasty. But I don't think they deserve that to happen to them. And I would love to see the girl get what she deserves. Anyway. So, okay. Another very good short horror film, and I look forward to checking out the 5-Minute Lunchbox, but I think I was also really interested to check out Make Me a Sandwich. The thumbnail on that looked a little disturbing, that guy, and I have no idea where that one's going to go, but I've sort of watched enough of their stuff, which has been a lot, but I've watched enough of their stuff that I know it's going to be really twisted and messed up. Okay, you guys, that's it for now. Later.